It is the fifth dimension beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition. It lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone. School Street, USA, early fall. Henry Wilson Memorial School students staying after school for a project, hustle and bustle with books and backpacks. Students go to their lockers. At the sound of the roar, it will be 3 p.m. on School Street.
Whoa, what was that, a car crash?
That's what it sounded like. I didn't hear anything. No, did you?
No, I didn't hear anything except a roar.
Whoa, Zach, what was that?
I guess it was a car crash. It sounded close.
Holy cow, that was really close.
School Street, 3:01 p.m. on an early October afternoon. School Street, the last reflective moments before the monsters came.
Miss Pomeroy, Miss Pomeroy! Miss Pomeroy, Miss Pomeroy! The power's up! We going home? She's gone.
I was just on the internet and I lost connection.
Same thing over here. Electricity's off.
My phone's not working.
My phone won't work.
I'll head up to the high school and see if the power's on up there. I'll be right back.
Doesn't make any sense. The power's out, but how come there's no cell service?
Maybe it was lightning.
Nah, sky's just as blue as anything. Not a cloud, no lightning, no thunder, no nothing.
Then I'll go check with Bailey, though. She'll probably think we're crazy. A little power failure and we get all worked up.
It isn't just a power failure, RJ. If it was, we'd still have cell service.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I'll call my dad. We'll get this all straightened out.
Is it charged?
I haven't used it all day. It should be at full charge.
What's it mean?
It's just as everything has stopped. Let's go try the other office. Everybody in ours was gone.
Yeah. Zach, you better not.
Why not?
They don't want you to.
Who doesn't want us to?
Them.
Them?
Who are them?
Whoever was in that thing that came overhead.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Whoever was in that thing that came overhead. I don't think they want us to leave here.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
They don't want us to leave here. That's why they shut everything off and all the grown-ups are gone.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard?
It's always that way in every movie I've ever seen about a ship landing from outer space.
We'd better get you to the nurse. Maybe she has some Tums. You've been watching too many movies.
Come on, Megan.
Hold on, Megan. We'll be right back. You'll see that wasn't any ship or anything. It was a car crash or maybe a meteor. That's it.
Zach's right.
Zach, please don't go. That's the way it was in the story. Nobody could leave. Nobody except...
Except who?
Except the people they sent down ahead of them. They looked just like us, and it wasn't until that...
Megan, let's just go to the nurse.
She shouldn't talk like that. She's crazy. She tells us the movie plot and we get all worked up.
Go ahead, Megan. What kind of movie was this where they sent people out ahead?
That's the way they prepared for their landing. They sent 2 kids that looked just like us, but they weren't.
Well, I guess all we have to do is run a check on the school and figure out who's human and who's not.
There must be someone better to do than make jokes. I wonder if the high school has power. Where's Will anyway?
Is it working, Emma?
No.
It's working, it's working. How'd you get it to work? All by itself. She wasn't even around here. It started all by itself.
If Beverly come to attack the window with that tank overhead, she wouldn't even notice it. Why? Why'd she come to the window with the rest of us, Emma?
She always was an oddball, her and her whole family. Real oddballs.
Why don't we ask her?
Wait a minute. Let's not be a mob.
I don't know what's happening, really. I don't know. This is all weird.
Maybe you should tell us. Nothing's working on this whole school and this whole street. Nothing. No power, no lights, no cell phones, nothing but one iPod. Yours.
Now you keep your distance. So I've got an iPod that works. Well, that's a freak thing. I really don't know what's going on. I really don't.
We're on a monster kick, Emma. Seems the general impression here is that one kid isn't what we think they are. Different than us. Monsters from outer space or something. Do you know anybody that might fit that description around Henry Wilson?
Is this a joke or something? Am I being punked? Now I suppose that's supposed to incriminate me, doesn't it? My phone goes on and off. That really does it, doesn't it? You all know me. I've been going to school here forever. I'm no different than all of you. Really, I'm not.
Well, if that's the case, Emma, explain why.
Explain what?
Look, let's just forget about this.
Go ahead, let her explain. Explain what? What about it?
Well, I live next door to Emma. Sometimes I'm up late on my computer. Anyways, a couple of times I've seen her on Facebook talking about space. Anyways, a couple of times I'd seen her walking outside her house at night, looking up at the sky, as if she were waiting for something.
This is crazy. You're all crazy, all of you. So I like to look up at the stars at night. I like to go on my computer. Let me tell you, what you're starting, with God as my witness, that should frighten you. It will be a nightmare.
It just doesn't seem right. All of us sitting around here keeping an eye on her. Why, I've known Emma ever since I moved here.
That doesn't prove it a thing. Anybody who spends their time looking up at the sky at night, well, what's wrong with that kind of person? Maybe under normal circumstances, we could let it go by. But these aren't normal circumstances. Look at this school. Darkness. It's like we're cavemen.
You keep your distance, Zach. Stay right where you are. I don't want any trouble, but if trouble is what you want, you're going to get it.
Look, Emma.
Look, I like to go on the computer at night. Leave me alone.
You best watch who you're talking to, Zach. You ain't exactly normal either.
Or you, Abby. Or any of us until we get this whole thing straightened out. You weren't exactly above suspicion yourself.
Or any of us from age 8 on up.
What are we gonna do? Just sit here all night?
What else can we do? There's no grown-ups. The buses are gone. We can't do anything else.
There is something you can do, Abby. You could go home and keep your big mouth shut. You can quit strutting around like a self-appointed principal.
You seem real anxious to have me leave, Zach. We better keep an eye on you, too.
I think everything should come out now. Makayla's done plenty of talking, Zach, about how odd you are.
Go ahead. Tell us what she said.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us what she said. Let's pick out every little difference of every kid in school.
Well, there's no need getting so upset. It's just that Makayla said there's been plenty of nights you've been sitting on your computer checking out space, too.
What have you been doing? Come on, Zach. What have you been doing on that computer? What websites have you been going on?
I'm surprised at you, Abby. How come you're so dense all of a sudden? Who do I talk to? I talk to 3-headed green men who fly overhead in what look like meteors.
Listen, guys, it's just talk on the computer. He's goofing around. It's no big deal.
Still, look, Zach, you can't afford to do anything weird.
Don't tell me what to do, Abby. You're all here standing set to crucify, all desperate to find a scapegoat. But look here, friends, the only thing that's going to happen is we're going to eat each other up alive.
That's not the only thing that can happen.
It's the monster, guys. It's the monster.
Get a broom.
A broom? A broom? Honestly, good Lord, will anybody think a thought around here? What good will a broom do against that thing?
No more talk, Zach. You're gonna get us killed.
It's Will!
Give me that. He was only going to the high school.
You killed him, Abby! You killed him!
I didn't know who he was. I certainly didn't know who he was. He comes walking out of the dark. How am I supposed to know who he is?
Your iPod's on, Abby! Why's your iPod on?
That's what I'd like to know. You were so quick to kill Abby, so quick to point a finger at someone. Well, maybe you had to kill. Maybe Will was trying to tell us something. Maybe he was going to come back and tell us who we had to be careful of.
No, that's nothing of the sort. I did nothing wrong. I don't know why my iPod turned on. I swear I don't. Somebody's pulling a joke or something.
A joke? A joke? Abby, there's a dead kid there and you just killed him. Does that look like a joke to you?
No, please.
It must have been her.
She's the one.
We have to get Abby.
Look, I swear to you, it's not me, but I know who the monster is. I know who doesn't belong here. I'm not the monster. I know who it is. I swear I know.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Come on, Abby. Come on.
Come on, Abby, tell us.
It's
Go ahead, Abby, tell us.
Megan. Megan, she's the one.
That's crazy.
But you knew. You knew about the grown-ups being gone. You knew about the meteor. We thought it was a car crash. How did you know? How did you?
How did you know?
Who told you?
Make her answer.
Well, what about Emma's iPod?
It was Abby who killed Will.
But it was Megan who knew the whole time what was going to happen. She was the one who knew.
Have you all gone crazy? Stop!
Zach's the one.
It's Emma.
What about Emma's iPod? Smash her iPod!
No!
No, don't!
Stop!
Where's Megan? Let's get her.
It's Zach. It's Abby. They're working together.
Understand the procedure now? Just turn off the electricity, mess with their iPods and cell phones, and just sit back and watch this pattern.
And this pattern is always the same?
With few variations. They pick the most dangerous enemy they can find, and it's themselves. All we need to do is sit back and watch.
Then I take it this place, this school street. It's not unique.
By no means. Their world is full of Henry Wilsons, and will go from one to the other and let them destroy themselves. One to the other, one to the other, one to the other, one to the other.